What's up, people? This is NoNameBoxing TV, aka the Legendary Man, aka the Pugilist World Legend. Ronda Rousey got knocked clean the fuck out Saturday night by Holly, the preacher's daughter, Holm, in sick fashion. Okay? In the second round, in the like all around dominating fight by Holly Holm, a clinic, if you will, of how you dismantle a one-dimensional fighter. You know, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Ronda Rousey is a great fighter, but she was not fucking with Holly Holm. I didn't see the fight initially. A couple days, earlier today, I saw it, and I saw the knockout that night. I mean, that day when I came home from work. I saw the knockout, sick and brutal. You know what I'm saying? Ronda Rousey got knocked out 3 times in one sequence. Crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? It all started out with a nice left hook to start everything. She was coming in, caught a nasty that staggered her, that hurt her. You know what I'm saying? She got put on her knees, like a good woman should be. And then, as she was coming up, Holly Holm caught her with a sick-ass kick to the fucking face. That's knockout number 1. Now, she was falling, right? She was falling sideways. Listen, she was falling sideways, but got face planted anyway. She got face planted. She came down. She fell, her face hit the canvas, bounced off it. Knockout number 2. And then Holly Holm, in professional fashion, pounced on her, gave her some nice good punches. Knockout number 3. Ronda Rousey got stretched. In combat sports terms, she got stretched by Holly Holm in devastating fashion, and the Ronda Rousey era is officially over. Okay, it's officially over. After this knockout, listen. I understand, like, they have a rematch and all this, that, and the third, but I didn't see anything in this fight that's gonna show me that Ronda Rousey is gonna win the rematch at all, and like, I didn't watch the fight because I didn't give a fuck about, listen, I'm not up on UFC anymore like I used to, but my history with UFC is very vast. Okay, I used to watch UFC back in the old days. Okay, I'm like the Scrambler. I'm my grandparents the Scrambler when it was the Kumite type UFC. You know what I'm saying? All weight classes fought each other. You know what I'm saying? Full contact. The Royce Gracie days, Dan Severn days. Understand? Tank Abbott. It was like Kumite style, full contact. Alright? And then I was there, when it got, quote unquote, legalized. When they had the gear, it had set rules and it became a sport, the sport UFC. With Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, Anderson Silva, those guys, they made it mainstream. Those guys made it to the forefront. So listen, I don't give a fuck because I stopped watching UFC because everybody was fucking cheating, man. Like, everybody was fucking cheating. Even Anderson Silva, who was my favorite fighter, was caught cheating. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just pretty much gave up on the sport and haven't watched it. I watch it here and there. You know what I'm saying? I watched it a little bit again with John Bones Jones because I knew him when he was a prospect. And then he got hit. He has his own demons to fight, but that's the only reason why I'll tune in because of John Bones Jones, because I knew, I kept up with him when he was a prospect. You know what I'm saying? So he's a great fighter, but he's all fucked up too. So it's like, UFC became popular again because of Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? But she's been dominant. I felt like Dana White, protected her. You know what I mean? Everybody wants her to fight. Like real fans want her to fight Chris Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never heard of this Holly Holm. Like I said, I haven't been up on the sport. And after the knockout, I did some research on Holly Holm. You know, they said she was a professional boxer, which is number one. That's a problem. That's one thing, right? She's not only just a professional boxer. This woman, is a world champion in 3 different weight classes. Like, that's a whole different world right there. She's a world championship, world class boxer with legitimate MMA experience. She's legitimately MMA trained. I mean, she knows her shit. It ain't like James Toney coming in the ring. He's a professional boxer and casually learned MMA for a few months before a fight. It's a whole different thing. And my whole thing is like this. You know what I'm saying? And then she's the combat fighter of the year, women's. You know what I'm saying? This girl is like, she's legitimately, like, this was a legitimate fight. I was like, oh shit. And my whole thing is this, I have to ask myself, why the fuck was Ronda Rousey doing these TV shows and press appearances and shit like that? I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? She has a fucking killer. She want to fight a killer. If I was her management team and her handlers, I would not have her do shit. Look at this girl's track record, man. This girl's legitimate in the MMA. She's basically Chris Cyborg in her weight division. This girl's a fucking problem, man. Especially, she has weakness against strikers. Holly Holm's not a striker. She's a whole different beast. You know what I'm saying? And Ronda Rousey found out the hard way. She has a good ground defense. Cause I was watching the fight, I said she's too big. Like, first of all, she's like, when I saw the fight, you know, I saw the knockout, but I saw the whole fight, and the first thing I noticed is like, this girl is bigger than Ronda Rousey. She's way more in shape than Ronda Rousey. She's like a nigga. Like, real shit. I said she might have problems. I said, now I see why she had problems with this girl. You know? And, you know, and people say, well, Holly Holm is running. No, she's boxing the bitch. And Ronda Rousey had to chase her. She had to go for broke because she could not stand up with her. You know what I mean? Her ground defense was amazing. And then when she did get on the ground, okay, she had the chance to win. She couldn't do nothing with her because she's too fucking strong. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't get a hold on her. She couldn't finish the job because she's too fucking strong. You know? She knows her shit. And then she stood back up again. I said, yo, she's about to die. This is why she got killed. She was boxing the shit out of her. A clinic. Easy work. You know? And it was a matter of time. And then the second round, you know, the shit came. You know? God judged her. The preacher's daughter put the hands and foot of God on her. And she was properly judged. Real shit. And she got fucked up. That face plant, like, she got, whew, man. That's one thing to get knocked out, but she got knocked out, stretched, laid out, toes point to the air. Okay? She got knocked clean the fuck out, and, you know, and it's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and Ronda Rousey is about to it's gonna get a dose of reality now after this knockout loss. You know, everybody is shitting on her now. You know what I'm saying? Celebrities, certain media, certain YouTube channels are going in on her. You know what I'm saying? And, oh yeah, she deserved to get beat, and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Well, she probably did, but like, she's a fighter, man. Like, people get upset with the comments she makes about Floyd Mayweather. She was playing to the fucking crowd, you know what I'm saying, to get her buzz up. Floyd Mayweather does the same motherfucking shit. He talks shit about, you know what I'm saying, you know, like with his pound for pound greatest fighters of all time. You know how he trolls Muhammad Ali. It's the same shit. You know, it's to get a buzz. You know what I mean? Even Floyd knows he probably full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Ronda Rousey knows she can't beat up Floyd Mayweather in a fight. First of all, he's a man. He's a professional, you know what I'm saying, great fighter. Not an all-time great. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? He could have been. You know what I'm saying? But it's skill wise, he's in a whole different world. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's not even no sexist shit. It's just real shit. You know what I'm saying? She can't even strike. And she had a nerve, you know, to say that she could beat Layla Ali. Her fine ass. No. First, Layla Ali is too fucking big, and she's too beautiful. I'm sorry. It's just hype. It's just, you know, propaganda. You know, you niggas is used to that shit. You know, y'all fans. You know, y'all reporters. Website. You know, MMA websites. Ring Magazine, Oscar, YouTube channels. You know, y'all niggas you used to that dumb shit. You know, so yeah, the Ronda Rousey era is over. Okay, it's gonna be hard for him to come back from a knockout loss like that. It's one thing to get decisioned, you know what I'm saying? You know, but this girl got fucked up and got stretched badly. She died badly in the ring. And it's kind of reminded me of a UFC fight years ago. You know, it kind of reminded me of the Chuck Liddell Tito Ortiz situation. Now, as we all know, you know, Tito Ortiz was the face of UFC before he fought Chuck Liddell. And Chuck Liddell destroyed him in similar fashion. You know, and it's kind of crazy because, you know, Holly Holm and Chuck Liddell are similar fighters, have a similar style, but like Holly Holm's a professional boxer, whereas Chuck Liddell is just a street fighter. He has good hands. You know, he naturally is gifted with his hands. He wasn't a professional boxer or anything like that. If I'm correct, he had some kind of boxing, but he wasn't a professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't a world champion like Holly Holm was, but he was a brawler. You know what I'm saying? He had good hands, and great power. And you know, Tito Ortiz was the same thing. He could grapple and all that shit. His striking game sucked though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was alright. You know what I'm saying? But as you can see, because a real striker, it can handle ground defense as well as Chuck Liddell did. He's probably like the greatest ground defense dude I've seen. He wasn't really much of a, you know, jiu-jitsu guy. He knew it, like, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't gonna get you on the ground and you know, and submit you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna knock you the fuck out. And you try to take him down, he's hard to get down. His ground defense is, you know, wasn't impeccable. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't get him down, he's just gonna fuck you up with strikes. So that's how I see this panning out. Ronda Rousey is Tito Ortiz, and Holly Holm is Chuck Liddell. After this knockout, Holly Holm will be forever in Ronda Rousey's head because her pride, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna fuck with her to the end. And yeah, she's gonna want to fight the chick again, but you know, once she gets in the ring and get with her again, it's gonna happen again. You know what I'm saying? Ronda Rousey's gonna probably need like a few months in July ain't gonna be enough to fight Holly Holm. She's gonna need like a full year and just training in boxing. You know what I'm saying? She needs to get her striking ability to train for Holly Holm. She has to work on her striking. She has to, you know what I'm saying, get some kind of boxing skill in. Because you know, her one-dimensional style is not gonna be good enough to I won't say she's one-dimensional, but she does a lot of good things well, but she's just not, her striking skills is a lot to be desired, and she got exposed. You know what I'm saying? Well, she fought bitch Carrera, but shit, come on, man. You know, she's now nowhere near on the level of a Holly Holm. You know what I'm saying? She's nowhere near, and this is how I pictured the Chris Cyborg fight to go. To be honest, I mean, you know, I thought at one point, you know, they was gonna, you know, it was gonna be an even fight, but I'm like, nah, Chris Cyborg is she's just too much of a beast. I mean, she is too much of a man too. Like, I don't know, she's like, that's a nigga. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But you know what I'm saying? I feel bad for Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Was the knockout crazy? Yes, it was. When I saw, I cracked the fuck up. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, you got knocked the fuck out. You know? And yeah, it's the Ronda Rousey era is over, but now let's reflect about what Ronda Rousey did for the sport, though. I'm saying let's make this clear, okay? Ronda Rousey, but people say, oh, she's a hype job and this, that, and the third. No. Hype job, no. I think Ronda Rousey is a great fighter, hands down. She couldn't beat those chicks that easily if she was just a hype job. No, she wasn't. I think she was protected. You know what I'm saying? I think Dana White and everybody knew her weaknesses and her strengths. So they matched her up well, you know what I'm saying, with decent and tough competition. You know what I'm saying? But it was a matchup made for her. So, and you know, I don't know. After looking up her resume and shit like that, I kind of question, like, you know, after the knockout loss, they were pointing fingers. Oh, you know, they were saying that it was the trainer's fault. And it clearly wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happened in that fight, it didn't fucking matter. Okay? She got her ass whipped. There was no way she was going to win that fight. Okay? She did not know what the fuck she was getting into. Okay? If Ronda Rousey knew what she was getting into, she would never agree to any, you know, media appearances like that. She would have been in the gym training for this chick. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I think like on some side shit, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Dana White is pretty much tired of Ronda Rousey. I think he pushed her as far as she could go, because her stardom was at the point that, you know, because she talked about she's gonna take some time off the sport for a while. Remember, she's been saying that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, i.e. behind the scenes, you never know what they could be talking about. She could be talking about retiring, because, you know, she's doing movies. She's making big money. She's a mainstream star now. You know what I mean? She's crossed over. You know what I mean? Even more so than Gina Carano did. Oh, man, I fucking love Gina Carano. That's the baddest MMA bitch in the world, hands down. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all niggas say. Yeah, like Ronda Rousey is cute. She's fuckable. Chris Cyborg, no. Okay? Ronda Rousey's definitely hittable. I would hit Ronda Rousey, but Gina Carano is that bitch right there. Especially, like, she stopped fighting and she let her body, like, fill out. That bitch got a fat motherfucking ass, bro. That girl's thick, bro. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I think Dana White said, look, I want to get her up out of here. Like, so I want to match up her toughest opponent yet, because they've been trying to schedule how, like, I've been, like, reading reports. I do my research, people. They were trying to set this fight up for the longest, and Dana White wouldn't have it. You know what I'm saying? For obvious reasons now. I think Dana White, you know what I'm saying, set Ronda Rousey up, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Dana White ain't no fucking fool. One thing Dana White is a fucking fool. Okay? He, you know, if he, damn, and he, I guarantee you that he felt Ronda Rousey was getting too big. I think he probably knew eventually that she wasn't gonna stay in the UFC, and, you know, he set her up. She had no business being in the ring with that chick, man. That's like fighting Cyborg. That's like, with that chick's resume, like, she's a bona fide killer, man. That's a bona fide killer. But where she came from her last opponent, fighting Holly Holm, I'm like, damn, you know? So, yeah, it is now the Holly Holm era in the UFC. But Ronda Rousey definitely put UFC more mainstream, okay? You have, you know what I'm saying, boxing magazines, boxing sites talking about Ronda Rousey, about UFC. Everybody's talking about mixed martial arts UFC thanks to Ronda Rousey, and she's a woman, mind you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she's definitely gonna go down in history, you know what I'm saying, as, you know, a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? Open doors for UFC. You know what I'm saying? As a woman. So, she's definitely in the record books as, you know what I'm saying? If she retired today, she will go down as one of the most, you know, influential women fighters of all time. Hands down. Like her or not. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, her shit's over now. And, Holly Holm is the new queen. Now, let's see how Dana White handles her. Because, yeah, Holly Holm, she's okay looking. You know what I'm saying? She has man features, because I guess that testosterone they be taking and shit makes her look manly. I think if she stops fighting, like, if she wasn't in a fighter, she'll be a pretty girl. And she has a nice ass. I saw her in one of those pictures in her yoga pants and shit. Like, she had a nice little ass on her. So she's definitely marketable as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how they handle her. You she's the new it chick now, like it or not. And Ronda Rousey is gonna have to. I don't know. She's gonna pick up the phone to do media's, appearances now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see how she like. This is gonna prove how great she really is. You know what I'm saying? I think she's done. She comes back and beat Holly Holm, then shit. She's a greater, like, it's even cements her legacy. So, shut me the fuck up, Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, in between time, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take this L, man. You gotta take this embarrassment, this humiliation, because you got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And, everybody's clowning you. Media, it's kind of fucked up. Everybody, like, the media builds you up, and now they take you down. Socialites are fucking you up now. YouTube channels and, talking shit to you, talking shit about you and all that. And I'm like, and you know what's crazy? Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying, reacted to the knockout loss with class. He said in combat sports, in boxing, in mixed martial arts, you know what I'm saying, getting knocked out, that's part of the game, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't, like, he basically didn't shit on her, like, you know what I'm saying? She probably did behind the scenes, like behind closed doors, but I'm pretty sure he got the call as soon as it happened. Trust and believe. You know what I'm saying? But he handled it with class in the press. So, you know what I mean? And Adrian Broner even hollered at her on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? He hollered at her. You know what I mean? Gave her some support. So, but Floyd was fucking laughing his ass off, man. He probably was getting hit from Leonard Ellerby when he got the call and shit. And and the bat phone rung, they bring, and Mayweather answered the phone, you know what I'm saying, that red phone, you know what I'm saying, you ever see the old Batman shits, the 60s Batman, that red bat phone, nigga, picked up the phone while he's getting hit from fucking Leonard Ellerby and shit, he picked up the phone, you know what I'm saying, Ronda Rousey got knocked out, he's like, whoo! It busted the load of fucking Ellerby's motherfucking dirty ass motherfucking goatee and mouth. That's probably the best nut he ever had. Ha! He probably doing cartwheels and shit. He was doing a shoulder roll and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was probably going crazy. He probably had a party and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what that bitch get. You know he did. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, and you got people talk about, it goes to show how great, Mayweather is. I'm not gonna make it like a hate thing for Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He was undefeated for 19 years. Articles were saying that. And I'm like, listen, mixed martial arts, UFC and boxing, even though they're both combat sports, are a totally different thing. Like, I don't give a fuck how great of a fighter you are in the MMA. There's no way in hell you're gonna be undefeated for 19 years. Okay? It's too many variables in UFC for you to lose. In boxing, we all know you can pick opponents. You know what I'm saying? You can pad your record. And with boxing, it's more of a skill sport because you're just using your hands. It's the sweet science. You're using your whole body, but you're attacking with your hands. You know what I'm saying? But in UFC, it's way too many variables that you could lose, man. So you can lose at any time. Okay? No matter how great you are. In UFC, you can get beat at any time. It's not like boxing, you know what I'm saying? Because even if you do try to cherry pick in UFC, you can still get fucked up at any time. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can't really compare the two sports. They're both great sports. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy both. The reason why I went away from UFC, because everybody's fucking, like, using. Everybody's cheating. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind cheating in baseball. You know what I mean? I don't mind cheating at football because everybody's fucking doing it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're cheating in combat sports, that's dangerous, man. Like combat. You know what I mean? Like, that's dangerous. You really put somebody else's life in danger, including your own, but mainly the person you're fighting. You know what I'm saying? And that gives you an overwhelming edge over your opponent. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't condone that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to watch your product like that or support it. You know what I'm saying? If you cheating. Feel me? So, that's why I went away from it, man. You know what I'm saying? I might come back to it again. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ronda Rousey was the face of UFC, like it or not. You know what I'm saying? She did her thing. She had a great run. You know what I'm saying? But it crashed. It crashed badly, man. And I hope she recovers from it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she's beating Holly Holm. I didn't see nothing in that fight that shows to me that she even has a chance of beating this chick. This chick's a fucking beast, man. She's a machine, man. Shit, she could fuck shit. Put her up against Chris Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how Dana White handles this chick. He probably might, you know what I mean? That Chris Cyborg fight, I mean, that fight could happen because, like, that chick is big, man. Holly Holm's a big chick, man. So that fight could probably more likely happen. You know, she's like a humble person. You know, Ronda Rousey's, you know, saying personality and confidence was made her a star, and her charisma. Holly Holm was more like a, you know, humble. You could tell. We have to get to know more about her, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I think in the meantime, between time, she'll be a great champion for UFC if she fights again. They might just hold her off for the rematch though. They want to. That's money right there. But I think Dana White set Ronda Rousey out because she had no business being in the ring with that chick. Especially, you know what I mean? Like, Dana White protected her from Chris Cyborg because he knew what was gonna happen. This was gonna happen to her if she would have fought Chris Cyborg. It is what it is. Especially after this fight. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? And Cyborg is, like, she's more, you know what I mean? She has more of an offensive ground game as well as striking. And ground defense. So she's like, you know what I mean? She's a cyborg. You know? So, but yeah, shout out to Holly Holm. You know what I'm saying? Shocked the world. Broke dinner. The best way you can break dinner with a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Made her eat that canvas. You know what I'm saying? Gave it a 3-1. That shit was sick too, I have to say. Sick ass knockout. But anyway, I know what y'all niggas think, man. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Holly Holm is the future of UFC? And do you think Ronda Rousey, the era is over? You know what y'all niggas think, man. No NameBoxing TV, and I'm done.